Okay, let's go ahead and get started. First thing you want to do is jack the vehicle up. This is the jack point you're going to use in the rear of the vehicle. So start jacking the vehicle up, and you want to get the vehicle up high enough so that if you need to get under there to have better access at a fastener, you'll have the clearance to do so. So once you get it up high enough, you go ahead and slide your jack stands under there. This is where you want to place the jack stand, at the pinch weld in the rear of the vehicle on both sides. And we will need that jack later on in the video, so use jack stands. Now that we got the vehicle supported on stands, we can go ahead and take the wheels off. I'm using an impact gun to speed things up, but if you have to do it manually, just do it manually as long as you get the tire off. So go ahead and move the tire out of your way. I like to get it out of my working space to have plenty of space. And go ahead and get both tires out of the way. So now we're going after these two bolts here and this bolt down here. So again, I'm using an impact gun. You don't have to use an impact gun if you don't have one. As long as you get the fasteners out, that's all that matters. So now that we got those two fasteners out, you want to come and compress the shock as best you can and turn it so that you can pull the shock back so you can reach back there with a 22mm ratchet wrench or a wrench or socket, whatever you have, and get it on there and start busting that bolt free. So I chose to show the whole process so that you see how difficult it is to get this fastener off. If this is the first time you're removing this from the factory, it could be really difficult, so don't give up. It will come off. Just use leverage. As you can see, it took quite a bit, but it's coming off. So go ahead and bust that 22mm nut loose down there at the bottom. And don't lose that washer. We'll have to put that washer back on. Okay, now that we got the nut removed off of the stud, you can remove the stud. There's a 12mm hex head on there to remove the stud, and it'll make it so much easier to get the shock out. However, if you cannot get your shock out, because that is pretty difficult to remove, stay tuned to the end. I'll show you that you can still do the replacement without removing that stud. It is possible, but I'm removing mine just to speed the process up. So I'm going to slip a socket on there and remove it. It can be pretty difficult to remove this. Again, like I said, it's not 100% necessary. You can still replace the shock without doing it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it to speed the process up. So I had to use a breaker bar because it is pretty tight, and I made sure that socket was fitting on there really good. You don't want to round that. So now I got a ratchet to speed the process up. There's really not a lot of room back there to put an impact on. So now that I got that bolt out, that's pretty much it. Those two at the top and the bottom with this bottom stud out, and you can get it out pretty easy. So now let's pop this dust cap off because we want to get to this 17mm bolt right here that's holding the shock onto this mount. So go ahead and bust it free. Mine's kept spinning and I couldn't get it off. The shaft inside the shock just kept spinning. So if that happens to yours, I'll show you how to get it out. So you're gonna have to use an Allen to hold it while you get a wrench in there or a pass-through socket, and then you can get that nut off of there. The Allen is holding the shaft from spinning inside the shock body or housing. Once you got it free, you could then slide the mount off, set that down, and then we'll get our new shock ready to go in. And it's pretty much going to be the reverse process. So we'll go ahead and slip the mount back on. And I chose to put it back in with the same process. I didn't want to impact on it. And I tighten it up like that. And you can feel when it bottoms out and it gets tight and you can't really take it any further. And the Allen I used was a 6mm Allen. So don't forget your dust caps. We got both shocks ready to go. And we'll take them over to the vehicle and get them installed. So now I'm going to put my stud back inside. And now that I got this back inside, I can go ahead and torque this stud down nice and tight. Now this is really the key as to how you install these shocks and really how you get them in and out. First thing you gotta do is slide a jack underneath the lower control arm to support the weight of the suspension. Then you gotta move up and remove this 12mm fastener holding the brake line to the wall. Once you get that freed off, you gotta go to the upper control arm, remove this fastener so that we can lower the suspension a bit. So with that free, you'll see you can lower and raise the suspension. So with the jack, we're gonna slowly lower the suspension so that you can slide the shock on and off. So this is the way to get it in and out. It's not 100% necessary to remove the stud. So this is how you get it in and out. Okay, so we could get the bottom nut back on. Don't forget your washer. So slide your washer back on, slide the nut back on, and go ahead and get it torqued down. Now just use the jack to jack the suspension back up into place. Okay, so now at this point it's the reverse process. Just put everything back into place. Then put in your 2 upper bolts at the top, get those torqued down, and the shock is installed. Well, that completes the removal and the installation of the rear shocks. So at this point, there's nothing left to do but to get both your wheels put on and to go ahead and lower the vehicle. But we're gonna lower it really slow because it's a brand new shock and we want it to compress nice and slow.